And now, I mean, you kind of have to pick Vi, right?
I think so. Unless you're just going to go for Vase Corky.
Whatever.
I wonder if SHOWMAKER will just play Lucian here, or if he's got something else in mind. Again,
Zeri Vi.
Show less.
Block it. But he's the SHOWMAKER, Wolf. He can't show less.
That's true.
It's literally his name. He makes the show.
I hear that, you know, people used to say no more, right? But apparently the kids now are saying say less. In this case, I'm saying show less. I mean, this is fine. It's a strong pick. You put Lucid on Lee Sin. No one's going to be like, oh, I see D+ have some strats prepared, playing two of the most iconic picks here. And you can go for the Lee Sin when you lock the LeBlanc. You can also go for Vi, which was left open. I forgot that one wasn't banned because they didn't ban it. They didn't lock it.
That's why I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
Like, the LeBlanc as well, a very common ban against DK, even from the red side. But they just said, you know what? Play whatever you want.
Well, I feel like SHOWMAKER is aiming for POG early on this one.
Aiming, you say?
Well, we'll see what aiming does lock in, as there's still a lot available for him.
He's going to lock in Zeri.
He certainly could lock it in, like, right here, especially because they're going to go ahead and show the MF. It wouldn't be shocking to me if we saw Leona here instead, however, just because it's so strong in the Misfortune. But
I like
Zeri
that, but
seems probably like what he's going to
Aiming might not like that. Jhin has been a very common pick into MF.
Yes, he does hover that.
He said Zeri.
I think he said Zeri. I think we know he's going to pick Zeri.
He said it twice.
Yeah.
He's playing Zeri.
So there you go. Denied.
Denied the Muhammad Ali. Wow. He's really paying attention to Ghost jokes.
What do you know?
You know, Wolf, sometimes I'm really astounded by your fantastic analysis. This time, I'm not, because it
seemed pretty obvious.
We saw it coming a mile away.
Yeah.
And it seems like the bros, they're just going to play their game, okay? That's focused on their game. They just want to go with what's been working in practice, let's say that.
There's the Gnar I was talking about for Morgan. So that part seemed pretty obvious, and they'll at least lock that one in and make the wise choice there. What is Palu playing? Okay, so this is a Leona counter. It's still not going to stop Leona from solar flaring you during bullet time, but that makes me feel better about it, because they were like, oh, they're obviously going to pick it. I have this prepared. So that makes me feel, like...
Yeah, there was some
plan. There was a plan. There was a plan,
Sure. It's better than having no plan and then being like, ooh, oops, there's Leona.
So the GP here is a somewhat common response to the Gnar these days, especially with Kennen banned. So nice counter pick here to give Kingen in the top lane. This comp scales pretty well because you have GP and Zeri, and SHOWMAKER, if you're in an even game state or behind, sometimes it can be tricky to get value out of LeBlanc, especially if you can't take the mid turret down. This is a SHOWMAKER Mejai's champion, though, where he often just gets the Soul Stealer because he gets a lot of kills early and takes over the game. So you're going to have to mitigate some of that. I do think in terms of team fights, there's a lot of good setup here. You have the Sleep from the Lilia. You have the Keeper's Verdict to win the numbers game. Managing Gnar bars can be tricky, but if you have it in the right place and you can set up for that bullet time, sure, this pro draft feels like it comes together.
Bit of pressure, but that's Mega Gnar, and he's going to go in onto Lucid, who is just going to be taken down. Lucid not respecting the Mega Gnar, goes in, gets punished. Palu comes up as well. And that's going to be first blood for the Giga Chat.
SHOWMAKER, top side, the Gnar is winning the matchup, gets the Mega, they bait him. Speaking of baiting.
Yeah, Palu just going to go in there. They threw the bowling ball in and they said, well, they're probably not in that brush. But they were. And Palu died. So absolutely.
This is how this pick happened. Lucid over the wall, flashes to get into ult range. SHOWMAKER goes in. Ignite is just enough damage. That'll be his second kill. And his third and fourth stacks of Dark Seal, like you pointed out. Lucid with the long escape that, thankfully we won't be showing all of on screen here. And then this play, nice clear out of the minions here by Samver. So we are going to have the whole...
Yeah, I'm like, how far does the replay go?
I thought maybe something more interesting happened with Samver clearing the minions, but...
We saw just yesterday. But this time they're just backing next to each other. Very friendly. And yeah, generally SHOWMAKER does get the Luden's gun into the Soul Stealer. As Moham's just kind of out here trying to ward, and he might die. As over the wall comes the Meganar, the wall up will hit him as well as the house, and that is just a very straight up kill onto Moham.
Yeah, Morgan is in trouble now, however. I think he should be okay. He has Flash.
Yeah, also Lucid is not going to be getting in there. The team is still trying to chase on this one, but Lucid was just clearing a ward after he missed his vault over the wall.
Unfortunately, Morgan's not forced to Flash, and I mean, that's another kill going over to Bro here, who will also pick up this Rift Herald.
All right, Palu gonna knock 2 away, and the rest of the team is pretty committed to this one. Moham's already through the gate. Palu pretty low as Moham will go down, but it's another kill that does go over to Moham, actually, but another stack into the hands of SHOWMAKER. But this Rift Herald was taken down by the side of Bro. Did they get the eye? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I think they were unable to secure that one. I think DPLUS
say anything, but you know, with the what was that? What did I just see?
All right,
you're dead.
I'm a pro lever now, Valdez.
Look at him.
I've seen it all. I've seen missed vaults over the wall. I've seen some flashes. We're going back to this one.
Oh no.
Let's
go.
What do you think? Let's go for it.
Crush
over the wall and over here.
Okay, they're trying to kill first mate Fate, and he will be going down. Another kill into the hands of SHOWMAKER, as that is the one thing that hasn't really changed, right? Aiming's been getting gold. He's the gold king. SHOWMAKER is putting on a show on the LeBlanc, and even though the rest of the map is on fire, it doesn't quite matter, does it?
No. Analysis. Okay, here we are. Hex Flash into...
So it's actually Lucid who baits him in.
Yeah. But also left the Leon up because we got the counter. There, SHOWMAKER is under threat here, but he is LeBlanc and has his ultimate, so I don't think they can really catch him. Well, not a fourth time.
Not again. This time Lucid will go in, and Palu is, well, he's level 6. The rest of the team just left him to die, and now the TP comes in for Mininar. There's no Drake here or anything, so we're just fighting between the two supports. I actually applaud it. But if it's just on the map randomly and only used for disengage 95% of the time, generally not a fan. As Morgan is going to be forced to flash, actually gets hit by the engage barrel this time. As aiming is going in, he really wants to get this one down, but now he's just going to be slept, as will the GP. Here comes Lucid again, but this is looking good for the Bros as the ult comes down. Kingen is on the run, and Lucid is just being ticked down here by Youngjae, who is super fast. We got a TP coming in as well. Fate looking to collect up on the top side, and these two are just pretty much dead. Down will go Kingen, and down will go Lucid.
SHOWMAKER's just not here. Doesn't commit a TP to the play. They don't match. That will be Bro expending some big tools, but absolutely worth it. They can start Baron at 21 minutes now. SHOWMAKER is not in position. Bomb is relatively nearby, but alone can't get anything done. These death timers are just too long. I think this one is just straight up gone. There's the TP from SHOWMAKER. Let's see if he can carry this one 2v5.
Oh, he's almost got aiming with him as well. Palu gonna charge away from the chains, and here comes aiming. That's one kill, and everybody's up against the wall. They're all going down. The Baron is going to be secured by first mate Fate, but that's all he's gonna be able to do. As nice blast going to get away from that one. Youngjae going in, but he's being chased down by the SERIE. Very fast here is the Lilia, but eventually does just get chased down. So many kills are collected by DK by the end of it all.
Yeah, 4 going in.
I guess we're just killing Palu once again, as he is in a really rough spot here. The only question is who's going to get the kill. It's going to be Kingen after the flash. Here comes SHOWMAKER. Once more stacks. He already has 10, so he's going to need to build a Magi's if he actually wants to stack something from here.
He's got a Narvar. This looks like soul point for Bro, and they will take it. DPLUS not able to actually come over here for a contest too low on the health bars. Everybody regrouping from that last exchange, and now Kingen forced away. Baron power play still in the negatives, but they're going to siege up this mid turret.
Yeah, they should be able to get this mid tier 1, especially because SHOWMAKER is really just embracing the side lane LeBlanc and only going when they really need it.
Yeah, have you noticed? Out is over here.
Uh-oh, Palu once again, just free food, gonna be taken down. That's the 6th death on the Poppy. They just keep finding him.
The death cap is so expensive. In today's economy, I mean, look, SHOWMAKER's not made of money, okay, Valdez?
True, yeah. I think you should go Magize as well. The sleep is going to come down onto him and Lucid. Moham's just kind of here. He's like, hey, guys, I thought we were fighting. And chasing down SHOWMAKER is Youngjae. SHOWMAKER goes back in, goes into the Zhonya's, but he is absolutely dead. 900 gold picked up by the jungler of Bro. Now, like the mimic chains that come out is like, well, now you're dead. As Kingen, he's got his cannon barrage now, but man, Youngjae's doing insane amounts of damage right now. Kingen, very nice flash, by the way. Very showy in that one, able to get away from Morgan. Meanwhile, his team able to pick up tier 1 and mid.
They need to win some fights now. Like, winning this soul fight, that is absolutely the way you could take this game into your hands as Bro.
Well, the poke that's coming out from this comp now that the GP is, it's not really online, but he's got a couple of items, and even just that coupled with SHOWMAKER might just be enough to push them away before the fight even begins.
Just keep getting that barrel poke, like you say. Morgan has his Gnar set.
Oh, even the poke from the Extendo Beam, as now that barrel will be denied, but Palu once again in a really rough spot. Lucid also on the flank here.
And Morgan doesn't have his Gnar anymore. This is super frustrating for Breon here, as aiming's just starting this one up.
Oh, we got SHOWMAKER on the flank. He's outside of the bush. He's just going to show himself to Fate, who does take an insane amount of damage. There goes Kingen flying, as it might just be a straight-up flip, as Youngjae not going to get it. Lucid does pick it up, and immediately Youngjae dies. SHOWMAKER gets in the backline. It's 3 kills for DK just like that, plus the Dragon presence there, but they just couldn't, because it was Mohammed aiming just there the whole time, as SHOWMAKER just going to be maybe 100-0'd here as he hops back, and he's not hopping anywhere else. Down he will be taken, as, you know, SHOWMAKER will play with his food. He always will.
Yeah, it might be selling the Dark Seal for a death cap. Yeah, I mean, right now he doesn't. He's not full build, and if he's able to just survive long enough to get more money, he will.
Okay, so Moham's here for some reason. Kingen is also going to get ulted as he throws down the cannon barrage. This is a very messy fight, but now aiming just going to be ulted away, and SHOWMAKER TP'd into this one. I'm like, yeah, let's bring it.
This is somewhat in between both of our theories about how DPLUS can lose this game.
Yeah, okay.
You know, Kingen gets caught there. Moham a bit out of his depth there, let's say, a bit too far forward. It wasn't the greatest sleep from Youngjae, but hey,
if aiming flashed the keeper's verdict, I think 3 of them die.
Probably. He is full build, by the way.
But
he doesn't get stronger.
Yeah, instead he just, well, he could build a Zephyr.
True.
I've seen him do that before. You know, instead of doing the flash play and maybe taking down an objective or something, there was no Baron at that time. He saves it for the Baron fight and says, you know what, there's a better time to use it.
I mean, it's 100% aiming POG if DPLUS win, as just the most honorable member of DPLUS who didn't make any mistakes this game.
Kingen is really trying to barrel his way into the lead, but it's not really working out for him.
He got the Mega Gnar activation, you know, by standing near Morgan, and then now it's gone. Well played.
Oh, a 3-man sleep, and it's Zhonya's, and it's only Youngjae. They almost got Moham though. That was okay. Good effort, Palu.
That was almost like that famous international tournament sleep that happened around the same part of the map. Where there wasn't any follow-up. This one less egregious, but still not ideal. That's a big ultimate down for this next objective fight, but they're winning the health bar trade until that.
Yeah.
Now they're not.
That's the thing. The poke in the late game from LeBlanc and GP is just so hard to deal with. And even though this game has been an absolute just, I don't even know what to call it, a circus of sorts. And
Clown Fiesta.
Yeah, that's a good one. We should use that from now on.
It's a pretty good term.
Definitely never heard that before.
Yeah, no, like we haven't used it in a while because it hasn't always been fitting, but I think this is the game.
Yeah, and even though it is, you could just do that and then take Baron instead.
Yeah. The address, no return address. We are sending it. We're putting it right in the mailbox. And I think, bro, you cannot give Hextech Soul to this LeBlanc composition that has a full build Zeri on it, but they're just going to send it to the top lane. That's where they put the address in.
Giga Chad, give Hextech Soul. It's fine. No, they're going very late game.
And we'll see if he still wants to double Flame Horizon for...
He is the Gold King, so he deserves all the gold.
It does look like he's on track to potentially pick up the last one of the season.
Yeah, that was my understanding. He receives the gold, as we're going to ult first mate Fate and Hughes dead. So, nice little pick. You know, I think that's like the second time we've seen Vi and LeBlanc put their abilities together. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Alongside of the GP.
All right, DPLUS, eyes on the prize.
They've been really focused in this game, but now they've been the most focused.
Let's see them take out that inhibitor and see if they can collapse SHOWMAKER on the flank.
Moham is he's being bullied by Morgan. He's just going to throw a Solar Flare into him and walk away. Morgan level 18 to Moham's 12. Moham's still very low on levels.
Eclipse is pretty crazy. Celestial opposition. And they're wearing down, bro, but they will not be defeated just yet. They are.
Yeah, and you know, that's just on the horizon. We do see Lucid going in. The ult flash, and down will go Samber. He didn't exist before, but now he really doesn't exist. Youngjae also going to have to flash away. And, well, DK, they finally agree. We're going to stop playing with our food. Aiming, flashing on top of the enemy team. And they will eventually just clean up the rest of Bro. Bro, a immaculate defense. Just beautiful stuff from them. But at the end of the day, DK just too powerful. And Aiming will do 8,000 damage and not die a single time in the game and pick up the Gold King this week. Congratulations, as DK will take down the Nexus for game number 1.
Damage to champions, a big fat goose egg under Samber on that last fight. I think that really says it all. DPLUS playing with their food a lot in this one. A very unusual set of bans from Bro, so you're like, why they banned all the things we're supposed to ban, so I guess we'll ban Senna. Corki first pick again.
Yeah, I could have said the same thing I said in game 1, which is you have to pick the Vi here, right?
Yeah.
But I knew they were going to pick Corki, so I didn't bother.
Yeah, and then LeBlanc, Vi could be picked up here for DPLUS again. And we could just run it back and maybe have a cleaner game in the second variation. Or take the Lilia away.
I don't really see the point in this other than if Lucid wants practice on Lilia.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just a scrim for DPLUS at this point.
I mean, Youngjae was very good on the Lilia, so it's a denial pick, 100%. But Youngjae could just play Vi. Vi and Corki isn't really the greatest mid-jungle, but it's still a strong pick, and maybe you can work with the top lane or the bot lane.
Zeri is going to remain the same. Looks like SHOWMAKER might be looking for a Lucian pick or something like that here in the mid lane, as Viego is going to come through here. Not a lot of great synergy. They're much better with this cannon pick that's being shown for Morgan that he will lock in. And in response, we could still see GP, could see Gnar, could see Nasus. Probably not going to see Nasus in the top lane, but it would be fun. Morgan is the only one who's tried that in this matchup.
I wouldn't put it past DK to do that just for fun. There's a lot of talking from Kingin, and outside of the flash and getting behind in the lane, I think his CP was good. Like, he knew how to play it very aggressively in the late game once he got to a place where he had items.
Yeah, the Lucian into this Corki pick in the mid lane.
Yeah.
LeBlanc is also still open, not as strong with Lilia, of course, but he's going to keep it a secret.
Yeah, and with the Alistar ban again, they just say, well, we'll just pick the Rel. I mean, you took away Leona, so if Alistar is off the cards, we don't get Muhammad Ali like Ghost wanted from the crowd with his really clever sign.
Yeah.
But we will get Morellian Amakan. Sorry.
It's okay.
But Moham's Rel.
All right.
Varus is going to be coming out here.
Varus Nautilus, the classic. Strong into Zeri, unless that gets flexed in the mid right now, and we have a Smolder bot lane. Or, what's more likely, is the Smolder is going mid for SHOWMAKER, and we have two incredibly strong scaling AD solo laners. As Rel with the Smolder is not very inspiring. It's okay, just play Caston and Showmaker. It's fine, man. We all know you want to do it. Oh, right, the Smearl.
Smearl!
The classic.
Yeah.
It's an old aiming favorite. We saw him play it a bit back in the old days. And into the Varus, the wind wall or wind spin is very strong. Can be decent in a Corki as well, but it's more about the ultimate and the wombo combo potential with the Rel. Lilia can help set it up. Showmaker's going to be playing Zeri into Corki, which initially seemed like it was a pretty risky pick when we were looking at some of the first players who were picking it up, like Bulldog. But it's actually looking more like a winning matchup these days as more and more mid laners have practiced this pick and know how to just push the wave into Corki and not interact with him during Gatling Gun and just clear those waves out and make it very difficult for him to. Bro have to finish strong. He had to.
Yeah. He
play
had
Poppy with Electrocute.
He had no choice. It was the only way.
-1 ranged minion here for Fate, but will hit his level 6. Is having a pretty good lane so far into Showmaker's Zeri. We've often seen the Zeri, like I said before, really win this matchup pretty convincingly. Now Showmaker has level 6. Not really at the angle for an all-in just yet, with Fate having full health off the TP. But maybe if he gets some assistance from Lucid. Tough to do anything as Lilia pre-6 though.
Koshik was doing it, playing the Lilia, just diving top, getting damage in. Speaking of which, Lucid is top, as that's going to be the flash already utilized by Morgan, and he just knows he's pretty much dead. He's going to try to go into the alcove, but yeah, he will get the stun down onto Lilia, but it's still going to be a kill. First blood does go over to Lucid. Here comes Palu and Youngjae, flash on in, but now it's a 3v2. Do they have the damage as well, as Fade is going to come on up, but not quite enough to get it done. And now Showmaker is going to join. A big Zeri ultimate onto 3. And he's got a long lane up here as well. The stun going to miss. And do they have the damage to get on this one? As the Rel goes in, Moham going to set this up, and down will go Palu as well. It's a double kill for Showmaker Zeri.
Yep. Pretty happy to certify that one at 650.
Talk about this, but when skirmishes get a bit risky, Zeri will always come out on top, as Moham in a bit of trouble. Is going to get hit by the combo of the Varus and the Nautilus, as finally Youngjae will press his ult button and take down Moham. A little while for him to do that, but gets the job done regardless. And so a kill is traded over to Bro.
Yeah, pretty successful. Good to get that onto the Viego. They really want to set a trap. It's very proactive, but I think also very much a pipe dream.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they really want to make a case to take down this Chemtech Drake, but I just don't see it. But perhaps they see something that we don't. Palu going up top. They have a TP coming in. They want to fight for this big time, as Lucid nearby. He will get the smite down, but the follow-up with a 3-man knockup comes in, and the cannon over the top. That's 2 kills over to the side of Bro. And they do collapse in and kind of even up the gold here.
Yeah. Going to be a TP top here from Fade as well, since the teleport was committed by Morgan to set up for the slicing Maelstrom.
Uh-oh. Well, it's just a free kill. Aiming wanted it. Got stolen by Showmaker, who now has 3 kills.
Yeah. You know, I think it's pretty good for either of them to get it, but considering that the Zeri is the scaling pick in this situation, I mean, I guess you could make an argument for, well, he already had 2 kills. He's already going to be relatively freely scaling. Maybe the Samira, who's a little bit more relevant in the early mid, should have had that one. But I think either way, you're pretty happy to grab a kill on a backing support. And Morgan,
it would be unhappy with that.
Yeah, and when Fate can TP top to catch the gold there, doesn't feel too bad when you have to commit a teleport for a fight like that, especially if you win it so decisively. Palu doesn't die, it feels even better.
Yeah.
As we're just kind of 3v3 in the bottom lane. King in.
Here we go. The barrels are going to land, and now the Slicing Maelstrom utilized has to try to get out of this one. Does Morgan, but the flash is in. One more Q could do it, and Kingin will shoot him down. Takes down Morgan in a 1v1.
Control. Showmaker on the flank top side.
Yeah, they also don't have Slicing Maelstrom here, as they're going to get the hook on a Moham, but immediately he's just going to turn and fight. STK are like, hey, if you want to fight right now, sure, let's go. We're ready to throw down. And the Swift Herald is just being toyed with, but it's just going to go the way of Lucid. Paulo goes in. He's very angry about that, but now he's just going to die. As now, Darrell will get the engage on it. Aiming is spinning around a million times a second. As finally, we do have Morgan going in with the Slicing Maelstrom, but it's not quite enough damage. It's just a little bit lackluster at the very end. Some resets will come through for Youngjae, but he will be taken out as well. Another double kill for SHOWMAKER. And man, DK, they said, you want to fight? Let's go.
Another scaling Zeri early. 5 kills for SHOWMAKER. They pick up the eye, what was not able to be picked up in game 1. Don't even need it to take out this mid turret with a decisive teamfight win that comes with the Herald. And so 2 turrets off the play before the eye is, as Kingen does have this wave stacked up. Lucid waiting for his opportunity. There's the Herald. That'll tank the turret.
Yeah. He also kind of barraged the top lane. So he's just getting CS. He's going to go into the Rift Herald and smash into the turret. And Morgan just going to throw a Slicing Maelstrom in there, just desperate to try to survive. But the burn will come in. It's both GP and Lilia burns. And he just disappears, disintegrates into thin air.
SHOWMAKER catches the wave up here. The top barrage did happen, as you mentioned, to help him out. So no cross map for Bro. So a turret, a dragon, and a farming SHOWMAKER. 3 for 3, all 3 parts.
And they have done exactly that. SHOWMAKER has a good idea that he is being dove. He's going to spot it as well.
No minions yet. Yeah, it's coming over though. Morgan's ult is also coming up. They're gonna have to TP.
Yeah, TP comes in. The hook is gonna miss. SHOWMAKER is gonna get ulted. Heartbreaker, but he's just living under the turret. Finally gets taken down by a shuriken. And now the turn does come in. Samber also super low, but they do trade onto Kingen as well. And it's a crazy, wacky dive. But it's okay for now for the side of Bro. Aiming, looking for the turnarounds here. As Youngjae will not be getting that one there. Lucid also around and trying to get this fight going and trying to open up the space for aiming as Lucid is incredibly low. In goes aiming. Now he's going to hit that S rank and finally will get the spin onto Youngjae. And it looks like Morgan as well will be run down. The mobility of both the Lilia and the Samira just a bit too much at the end of the day.
And they had to use all their tools to actually dive SHOWMAKER, so there's no way to peel for the Samira anymore. Great hook.
Well, yeah, Lucid just kind of running on in, and he is not going to be punished for it. This Lilia is just so slippery, you can't lock her down, even with the Nautilus. Very frustrating for Bro. And with the Baron spawning, they're just going to, well, do it.
Yep. And, I mean, he had to use his Hourglass earlier, but he's just so slippery, like you say. Even though the hook is fantastic, and he wasn't aware of it, they did have Moam nearby. And now SHOWMAKER's back. And they're going to take Baron on spawn here. And this 6,000 gold lead is going to become 7.5 off of the Baron cap alone. And there's no outers to take, so we're getting deeper into the gold here as Morgan gets ulted by SHOWMAKER.
Yeah. Takes a wee bit of damage. Cherry on top. A lot of circles, a lot of spinning rather when you look at the Lilia and the Samira together. As now, Youngjae, who's ganking who here? He's going to look for Lucid, and the sleep will come in. Lucid gets it onto a couple of guys. Youngjae is going to buffer out of that one. Here comes Morgan, but he is going to be ulted and killed. So, good effort. Flank. Yeah. But that's about it. No more sleeps will come in, but a lot of damage from the Lilia. Now setting up the Samira. Nice ult here from Palu to deny that, but they have damage in heaps from the side of DK as SHOWMAKER comes in on the flank, and Youngjae, he just abandoned ship.
Oh, you picked the Nautilus to ult the Zeri! And once again, CC is used on one target, and then the other target ends up cleaning the fight. This time it's not aiming who cleans up house, but SHOWMAKER. And with the Baron for 40 more seconds, this might be one of our faster games this season. They've got a cannon minion here. They are ripping these Nexus turrets apart.
Yeah, I mean, with the last bits of the Baron, it should be enough, but Moam is going to tank the turret, and the death timers are very low, so DK just going to back out of here, play it safe. Shuriken hits Kingen, who is level 15 in this game, alongside a Lucid, actually, which is kind of crazy as the jungler. As we zoom out, you know, there's Ward, but they're not going to do anything crazy. And DK just continue to get farther ahead.
This is a 31 kill game. Difference in stats between these the carries.
Please read out the gold numbers for us.
41.6 to 53.2.
Thank you. DK is very far. So now that is very obvious, Youngjae is going to die, and well, DK, they give themselves another opportunity to boost their KDA, and they will get it. It should be a clean ace, although Lucid going to be boomed to smithereens. So will aiming, actually. Crazy amounts of damage coming out from Fate and Morgan, especially without the exhaust. Well, he poked him. That wasn't enough.
Yeah, we'll need the CC to stop the teleport, but you know, he's back at home being like, I don't know if I'm really helping. I don't know if this is actually really going to be enough to actually save the game. May buy some time, but that's about it.
Yeah, he's not able to clear the wave, and I think that is just going to do it. They go in onto Fate. They want 4 kills. There are a couple of guys alive, but if you just hit the Nexus, the game will end as King is having his fun, but it does not matter. GG. DK will take the 2-0 and secure 3rd place in playoffs.
Great series for DPLUS. I think the first part, a little bit sillier than the latter part of the second half, but I think that they are succeeding in two parts, right? Beating Bro, guaranteeing 3rd place, but also not really showcasing any strategy or weakness moving to playoffs. I will say, Moam looking a little bit out of sorts today.